The rain had been falling for 20 minutes when Daniel noticed the woman crouching beside a motorbike on the side of the road. He almost drove past. He had groceries in the back seat, his 8-year-old daughter Emma waiting at home, and a long day of work already pressing on his shoulders. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of small moments to change lives, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness True Stories. Also, tell us in the comments, where in the world are you watching from? But something in the way the woman looked, not helpless exactly, but frustrated and completely drenched, made him pull his old truck to the side. "Need a hand?" he called out, stepping into the rain without a second thought. The woman looked up. She had dark eyes, sharp and intelligent, and she was wearing simple jeans and a jacket that was soaked through. "The engine just died," she said. "I have no idea what happened." Daniel crouched beside the bike and got to work. He wasn't a mechanic by profession. He was a school maintenance worker. But his father had taught him engines, the way some fathers teach their sons poetry. Within minutes, his hands were dirty and his shirt was wet, but he had already identified the problem. A loose fuel line, simple enough but dangerous if ignored. He fixed it carefully, tightened what needed tightening, and started the engine. It roared back to life. The woman stared at him. "How much do I owe you?" she asked immediately. Daniel shook his head and smiled. "Nothing. Just be careful on wet roads." She looked almost confused, like the concept of doing something for nothing didn't quite compute. "I'm serious," she said. "Let me pay you." "I have a daughter at home who's waiting for dinner," Daniel said simply. "That's payment enough knowing. I can get home to her on time because I stopped." He tipped his head politely and walked back to his truck. Her name was Victoria Cheng. What Daniel didn't know, couldn't have guessed from her plain clothes and muddy boots, was that she was the founder and CEO of Cheng Global, a company worth nearly $4 billion. She had grown up wealthy, built her own empire on top of that wealth, and had spent the last several years surrounded by people who wanted something from her: investors, partners, admirers, opportunists. She had taken to riding her motorbike, alone on quiet roads precisely because it was the only time no one treated her like a billionaire. And yet here was this man, this ordinary, rain-soaked man with grease on his hands and kindness in his eyes, who had helped her and asked for absolutely nothing. She sat on her bike for a long moment after his truck disappeared around the bend. Something had shifted inside her chest, small but undeniable. She made a few quiet inquiries. She had people for that, and learned his name within a day. Daniel Marsh, widower, father of one, worked at Riverside Elementary, volunteered at a community kitchen on weekends. She didn't approach him like a billionaire. She showed up at the community kitchen the following Saturday in the same plain jacket, introduced herself simply as Victoria, and picked up a ladle. Daniel recognized her immediately and laughed. "The motorbike woman," he said. "How's she running?" "Perfectly," Victoria said. "So I thought I'd find another way to say thank you." They worked side by side for 3 hours, serving food and washing dishes and talking, the way strangers sometimes do when there is no pretense between them, easily, honestly, with long pauses that didn't feel awkward. Emma was there too, helping stack cups, and at one point she tugged Victoria's sleeve and showed her a drawing she'd made of a butterfly. Victoria looked at it with the kind of attention that children notice and adults often forget to give. Emma decided then and there that she liked this woman very much. Over the following weeks, they kept running into each other. Or rather, Victoria kept finding gentle reasons to be in the same places. Daniel was not naive. He sensed there was more to her than she was letting on, but he didn't push. He liked who she was in front of him. Direct, warm, occasionally a little awkward, and genuinely interested in the world around her. When she finally told him the truth about who she was, sitting on a park bench while Emma fed pigeons nearby, he was quiet for a moment. Then he nodded slowly. "Does it change anything?" Victoria asked, watching him carefully. Daniel looked at his daughter laughing in the afternoon light, then back at Victoria. "Should it?" he said. She smiled, the real kind, the kind she didn't have to practice. And that was the beginning of everything. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Kindness True Stories, where every story reminds us that the most powerful thing a person can do is simply be good.